Hey, this is Angie.
And I'm Ryan.
And we are
Happy Healthy Vegan.
Although technically, this is a Vegan Outcast production.
Kind of a half and half here because just a day or so ago we met online with the boys, Simply Vegan, Jamie, and Tino from Bananiac, and we recorded what many of you may have saw, part 1 and 2 of Should Doug Graham Speak Up about the recent fasting retreat situation. And unfortunately, part 3 was, remember we got some, I thought we made some really nice points there, but Jamie's hard drive was too full and part 3 is no more. It's gone.
So some people think like we're slacking and haven't uploaded it yet.
So what we're going to try to do here is just with the two of us, without the rest of the boys, try to hit some of those points that we wanted to get out there that would have been just lost forever.
Yeah, I wish that you guys could hear what Tino and Jamie had said, but I don't think we can recreate that, unfortunately. So all we can do is try to remember some of the things that we said in the final moments of the conversation. But first of all, before we get started, I would like to point out that the Vegan Outcast show is just completely, completely spontaneous.
It's like jazz. It's freeform conversation. We don't have all our laptops
notes
with notes on them with all these facts ready to go. In fact, we don't even know what the topics are going to be. We just all start chatting on our screens here and we say, oh, should we talk about that? Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, we'll just go for it.
Yeah, so it's almost as if you guys came to a fruit luck that the three of us are at and you just overhear what we're chatting about. So, maybe we get confused on a few points, or maybe we don't express ourselves as intelligently as we could, or whatever. We talk over each other.
Someone pointed out that we had it factually incorrect. It was not a virus that Lee, the faster at Doug's retreat, had. It was a bacterial infection.
Yes. From the water. I got that part right, but...
But just to recap it super quick, in case you're not familiar, there's the two videos that, first of all, Leah, a female who went to Doug's fasting retreat in Costa Rica in January, she released this video a few weeks ago, quite detailed, about 25 minutes, explaining how she was sick the entire time, vomiting the whole time, diarrhea. For weeks.
Couldn't keep any water or food down.
And apparently they were not looking at her or seeing if she was okay. Her mom came out
from Australia
and took her to the hospital, and she watched their videos. We're going to link to them. They both, the mother and Lee, put out videos pretty much saying the same story. And it's pretty shocking, pretty moving. I was almost in tears the whole time watching it. It's a really powerful story of someone who was really fighting for her life, yet people that were caring for it who weren't really, according to them, not really stepping up, or at least doing what they should have been doing. So
one of the points I remember making was that I don't understand how it came to be that the high fruit and raw vegetable diet became so linked with water fasting or dry fasting. I don't understand what the two have to do with each other.
Being a fruit-eating vegan is one thing, and fasting seems like a whole other world. But yeah, as you pointed out, we didn't realize when we were at Woodstock last year how many of the pioneers also ran some sort of fasting business.
I really had no idea.
We didn't attend any of their lectures or anything like that, so we don't know.
No, we didn't. And
but we started learning this year.
Yeah, and I think part of it is because, we came to know about Doug Graham's book, 80-10-10, and the Woodstock Fruit Festival through Durian Rider's videos. We were Durian Rider fans first, and then we learned about the 80-10-10 book and read that. But when we went to Woodstock, we really went there to hang out more with Durian Rider than to find out about water fasting. So we were just kind of like blissfully ignorant that all this water fasting was such a hot topic. And then obviously, as Durian Rider's been talking more about why he thinks that he's been kicked out of Woodstock, all this stuff about water fasting has come up. And then, a lot more people are starting to speak out against, bad experiences that they've had. Yeah, one of the comments on, I forget, on part 2 maybe, was like, how come everyone's just starting to talk about Doug Graham's water fasting retreats now? So it's because we just started learning about it now.
Lee just put her video out a couple weeks ago. Yeah,
it's still pretty new. So there's that. That was one of the things we talked about yesterday.
And one point I made is, if I were in Doug's place with these serious, I don't know if accusations is the right word, but such a serious story that puts him in like a pretty negative light, if it were me, I'd want to come out and speak my truth and say, like, yeah, she got this right, and these facts were wrong, and come out and say, give your side of the story. Just don't sit there like you're doing right now. I mean, it's reputation damaging, and it's potentially damaging for your business too. That's why I said my personal interest, I would get out there and say it. Don't be like Donald Sterling of the Clippers when he had those racial statement situations and he sat silent and bummed out everyone, the players, the fans, the media. Don't do that, Doug. Come out.
He just made it worse when he talked, though.
It did make it. He ended up losing the team. So anyway,
it really didn't work out for Donald Sterling. Maybe that's not a good analogy.
Beside that minor point, it really should come out and say what you think. What's your truth?
Yeah, and finally, I mean, it just really bums me out that that Lee has said that the only way that she could get her money back from Doug Graham was if she signed a non-disclosure agreement.
Effectively silencing her.
Yeah, that just makes me wonder how many people signed the paper, and I don't know. I mean, if that's not true, I think Doug Graham should say, "Hey, I never said that."
Yeah, more reason to come out and speak your piece.
So, I don't know, probably some other stuff was said as well, but hopefully this helps kind of bring the conversation to a close, and we appreciate you guys watching all 3 channels. As I said, we'll put a link to part 1 and part 2 on Bananiac and Simply Vegan's channels. Please check those out, and I guess you can comment below. Like the video if you're into it.
Subscribe above.
If you'd like more vegan content, entertainment
from us too,
etc., here on Happy Healthy Vegan. And until next time, keep it carb, baby. Keep it carbs.